So a question that we get a lot is, what are the best players in the world doing in their coaching sessions? And how would that be different than maybe an aspiring competitive player? And the answer is it's really not that different, just especially when we're in mid-season. We're looking to just check the health of skills, check the form pieces that we know that are important for that player, and then do some of the more discrete skill work that will allow them to adapt to different conditions, different golf courses, and prepping for whatever that golf course is going to demand. So right here we've got a session with Andrea Pavan, who is coming off of some really good play lately, and especially his last 2 weeks, where we've got a top 5 at the Dunhill Links and a top 16 at the British Masters. So he's got this really nice stretch of events that he's played, and 1 week home before preparing for a really important 5-week stretch that includes WGC China, the last 3 Race to Dubai events, and then the World Cup in Australia. So we're trying to get ready for that last stretch of events. So we had a few objectives with our session or week here. First, that's just a pulse check on form. Just making sure that there wasn't anything that changed as a result of playing in the UK for the last couple of weeks, especially in the wind, which turns out it did. We checked the swing catalyst information and we saw at address pressure was further left. We see that from TrackMan that launch is further down than what it normally would be. And we're able to compare that to previous sessions and then just try to get back to what normal ranges would be. And then from there, we're just checking those normal, the 1 or 2 or 3 things that we're always looking to monitor and reinforce to improve his ball striking, and then do the same for that for putting. So from there, we take a look at the stats and we're trying to uncover any deficiencies, any performance gaps from the last stretch of events that we can then focus on and improve. And as you can imagine, there wasn't a whole lot that needed improvement. That's where the stats really help us take a more refined look, and we were able to identify a yardage gap in his distance wedges that just wasn't quite as good as the rest of his game. And if we're looking to leave no stone unturned and find all the ways we can to get even better and improve what has already been an amazing ball striking season, that's just one way for us to do it. So we performed a wedge block just to dial in that yardage. So after we look at form, after we look at stats, then we move on to our course report, where we're looking at a really detailed analysis provided by our friends at 15th Club. We're trying to figure out what are the most important skills for next week. And we identified that a lot of the approaches happen between 175 and 200. So we did a random skills combine trying to dial in those yardages, especially putting extra emphasis on that yardage. And then we also see that all 4 of the par 3s are longer than 200 yards. So we're putting balls on the tee, we're getting some TrackMan numbers, we're trying to figure out, well, how far are these longer irons going, the 3, the 4, the 5 iron, because there's gonna be a great need for those to be dialed in and sharp when you're playing those longer par 3s. So we're just that much more prepared to play well in the next event and take this good ball striking to a golf course that's gonna demand it with those long irons. And then finally, we're just performing our tee shot weapons check, which we've discussed in previous videos, but that's just something that we're doing regularly, whether we're in Dallas or on the road. We know that driving is a really important skill for Andrea, so we're testing the health of what right now are 3 tee shot weapons for him. The big draw, high push draw off the tee, kind of a lower fall right when he needs to find a fairway, and then basically the same thing for 3-wood. So we're just looking to refine those. Luckily, all those were healthy. We're ready to go hit a lot of fairways in China and beyond in the next few events. So if there's any takeaway from that, if you're a competitive player and as you're getting ready for an event, you should be doing something similar where you're looking at stats, you're looking to identify any performance gaps, you're looking to follow that blueprint of technical work, just reinforcing, sticking to those things that are most important to you in your golf swing. And then lastly, you're getting ready for a specific golf course. So we encourage all of our competitive players kind of follow a similar framework as you prep for the next event, and hopefully low scores are on the way.